Sahana vavatu Sahanau bhunaktu Saha viryam karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram. All right, so let's go to verse number 11. So if you can go to verse number 11 in your text. On my book it's about page 24. Just see where it is in your book. And I'll read and then please repeat that after me. Raga-Dvesha kamaha Krodha Lobha picha Ahankarastatha svartha Vividha manaso malaha. We'll chant it together. Raga-Dvesha kamaha Krodha Lobha picha Ahankarastatha svartha Vividha manaso malaha. So the idea here in this text now is the highest level of purification. The highest purification is to inquire into who we are. And there we saw the BMI chart, that we are not the body, not the mind, not the intellect, not the ego. We are that pure awareness, that pure consciousness. But now, who is the person who can conduct that inquiry successfully? All of us can conduct that inquiry. All of us can actually think about it, read about it, listen to discourses about it. But who is the one who can get at the root of that inquiry? Who can conduct it successfully? That person is the one who's rid of impurities, what we call mala. We often find that we are able to listen in a class, we're able to pay attention, and it hits us in a class. But when we leave, again, this whole thing comes over our heads and it's like we haven't learned anything at all, right? This is because we still have some mala, some impurities in us. So the way the text is taking us is, let's look at our impurities. Let's acknowledge that we have certain impurities that we need to fix, that we need to overcome before we can settle down with this knowledge. See, now knowledge has come in the conscious level, but for it to settle down, it needs a very pure heart, a pure mind. And so now we're inquiring into our impurities. The first one we talked about last week was likes and dislikes. So how many of you were here last week when we did that discussion? Okay, good. So some of you were here last week. And what we talked about in terms of likes and dislikes, we analyzed it in 5 ways. First is, what are likes and dislikes? Why do they come? What are the consequences of likes and dislikes? What is the justification? And next is how to get rid of it. So the first impurity is this Raga-Dvesha. So one might think, is it so bad to have likes and dislikes? So likes and dislikes is a thought that I like this and I don't like this. It's this dual thought. And why does this come? This comes because of our vasanas, deep impressions. When we experience something joyful, then we say, I like that. When we experience something sorrowful, I dislike that. So we tend to label our experiences as I like this, I don't like this. I like this, I don't like this. They come from our deep-rooted impressions, and they come because we see joy in something or someone, or sorrow in something or someone. They also come because of the way we've grown up. So we like to eat a certain type of food. We like a certain type of atmosphere around us. Some of us grew up in very quiet homes. Some of us grew up with lots of chanting and things like that around the homes. Some of us grew up in cold climate. So we like cold climate. Some of us grew up in very hot climate, right? So it's also dependent on how we grew up. The third one is that it seems that nowadays our likes and dislikes are directed by other people. They're directed by other people. Facebook tells us what to like and what not to like. That Zagat survey tells us this restaurant is to be liked and this is not to be liked. Amazon reviews tell us what is to be liked and what is not to be liked. So what are the consequences of likes and dislikes? Is it such a bad thing? Huh? So one thing that we all talked about last week is that we said that point one, when we have so many likes or dislikes, it limits us. Because if we only like things a certain way, we close our minds to other possibilities. If I only like to do something a certain way, I only like it my way, right? It's my way or the highway. I only like it my way. I only like to do it like this. Then I'm closing my mind to other ways that it can actually manifest or happen. It can even be better than what I could have ever imagined. So when we have likes and dislikes, we close ourselves. Second is that our whole time and attention is consumed by likes and dislikes. It creates so much anxiety. I hope I get what I like. I hope I get what I like. And I don't want to get what I don't like. I don't want to get what I don't like. I hope it's like this. I hope where we get into the plane, I hope I have an aisle seat. I hope I have an aisle seat. And I hope that they have this movie on. And I hope they have this kind of coffee. We're already thinking, instead of our mind thinking of something higher, we're thinking of all the things we like and we hope we get what we like. We go on a family vacation and everybody has to stay together. I hope I get to stay with this family in this Airbnb. I hope it's not that family. I hope it's not this. So our mind gets completely consumed by likes and dislikes. It takes away our mind. And then third is that we fail to pay attention to God's creation, what we call Ishwara Srishti. There's two creations. One is called God's creation, Ishwara Srishti. The second one is called Jiva Srishti, our own creation. So God's creation is the land, the sun, the stars, the moon, the sky, the earth, the grass, nature. And it's such a beautiful thing to just look and enjoy. But when we are so caught up with our own likes and dislikes, we fail to enjoy what's out there. We could be in such a nice sunny beach. It's so beautiful that the waters are rising up and down. But what are we thinking in our head? I hope that they give us a nice room with a soft bed. And I hope that they have this kind of juice and that kind of food. Again, our mind, instead of going towards something so beautiful in front of us, it's getting caught up by likes and dislikes. So it takes up our time, it takes up our attention, it makes us miss Bhagwan's creation. And these likes and dislikes can also make us very selfish. So if I want pasta, Italian food, I just want Italian food, that's it, that's all we have to order. I'm not thinking about, well, what are other people going to eat? And what would they like? And how would they be? So it can make us incredibly selfish. So these are likes and dislikes. And we lose the ability to adapt. When we get everything that we like, according to custom made, according to how we have it, which is what we do now. We can custom make so many things. We lose the ability to adapt to other people, other climates, other food. Some people, when they travel, they carry all the kind of food with them when they travel. Then we lose that ability to try other things. Some people, they carry all kinds of music and books and audio, and then when they go to another place, that's all they're doing. And we lose sight of other people and other things there. So this ability to adapt, we don't know how to do it anymore, because we're so centered on having what we like with us all the time. So these are the consequences of likes and dislikes, what you all discussed also. Then we went into, well, justifications. Why can't I have likes and dislikes? Is it, I mean, everybody has something that they like or dislike, so can't I also have it? So what is the application for this? How do we deal with our likes and dislikes? The first thing is acceptance, prasada buddhi. We can do whatever we can, but we have no control over what's going to come. We have no control. That's the next part of the shloka which I was going to teach the children, is prasada buddhi. Instead of when we accept something, hey, this is good for me, hey, this is bad for me, stop thinking about good, bad, I like this, I didn't like it. Just see it as growth. This came to me and this is a way for me to grow. Let me accept. There's a great freedom in acceptance, because I tell you, whatever we like, it runs away from us. Whatever we dislike, it will run towards us. Guaranteed. Life is like this. Whatever we like, it runs away. Whatever we dislike, we don't want to face, we're scared to face, that very thing will come right on top of us. So this prasada buddhi is that sense of acceptance that it's okay. Whatever I get, it's okay. I will learn how to deal with it and I will grow from it. And I'll be okay with it. And when someone has this great acceptance and great adaptability, they're very happy in life. They can be anywhere with anybody. I often think about Swami Chinmayanandaji, Gurudev. His schedules were so busy that when he would travel, he would stay from place to place in different people's homes. Now imagine every 2-3 days you're in somebody else's home, somebody else's bed, some other food, some other company, and you're just moving and moving and moving. And this is how many of our sadhus in the Himalayas move. But what they have is the sense of adaptability and resilience. So first, prasada buddhi, accept, it's okay. Second is, it's okay to have preferences, as we said, but not insistences. Not that I insist that I only get this thing. I insist that I only get that. You can prefer. I prefer sattvic food. I prefer that kind of food. But if I don't get it, it's okay. I prefer a quiet atmosphere. But if we don't get it, it's okay. It's okay because we have no control over the outer circumstances. And the third point is, if we are to like something, then like something that's good for us. Like something that's dharmic. So in this way, we are able to move past our likes and dislikes. The minute we get caught up in likes and dislikes, know that all of our time, all of our attention will just go in this mental exercise. How long does it take for people to order in a restaurant? Right? 20 minutes. It can take up to 20 minutes to decide what to order. I like this, but I also like this, but I don't like this, but I don't like that. So much time goes into what I like, what I dislike. All right. So likes and dislikes are clear? Yeah. Now we're going to move to the next one today, which is kamaha. Kamaha means desire. Means desire. So what is desire? Desire is the thought that I want something. I want. Everyone has had this thought, I want. Why is this coming? This I want is coming because we feel unfulfilled. There's a sense of incompleteness. We want to somehow complete ourselves, and therefore that I want is coming. And so I want more friends, more family, again, to complete myself. I want more wealth, again, to complete myself. I want more following, more name, more fame, again, to complete myself. I want a greater body, better fit, to complete myself. So all of these wants are there to complete ourselves, to make us whole. But what we don't realize is that we are already complete. We are already whole. See, what is happening in life is we think that the object of desire or the person of desire makes us happy. And that's why we keep seeking it, seeking it, seeking it again and again. We think that that object, that person will make us happy. But let us think again, okay? Let us say that there's a piece of chocolate cake in front of me. And I eat that chocolate cake and I feel very, very happy. Now, is that chocolate cake, is that a source of happiness? Can that actually give happiness? How many of you say it can give happiness? It's chocolate cake, of course it can give happiness. How many of you say it can't give happiness? Why no? It can give happiness. Okay, okay. Why can't it give happiness?
I think it's what you need in the moment for happiness. It could be chocolate cake, it could be a prayer, it could be a book.
Right.
So it's within you, it's not the cake.
It's not, yeah, okay. Well, if chocolate cake was very much capable of giving happiness, then whoever eats chocolate cake would be happy. Correct? But is everybody who eats chocolate cake, are they happy? No, right? Some people, they may be allergic. If there was happiness in chocolate cake, then whenever I eat it, I would be very happy. Yes? If somebody gave me just chocolate cake when I was about to sleep, would I be happy about it? No, right? So this chocolate cake doesn't make us happy. What is happening is this. When we take that cake, right, our mind becomes quiet. Our mind becomes quiet because we have fulfilled a desire. Our mind becomes quiet, and when the mind becomes quiet, the happiness or the bliss of the self reflects in that mind. That's what happens. So whenever I have or I fulfill a desire, it is not that thing which is making me happy. It is because my mind became quiet and the bliss of the self reflected through that mind. And that is why I experience happiness. Because if a person could make us happy, let us say a child, your own child, is that the source of happiness? No, because to another person, that child might not be the source of happiness, right? It is again, when the mind is quiet, the bliss of the self is reflected. And our great saints and sages knew this, so they knew that what to do with desire is simply to let it go. When you let it go, your mind is quiet. You can take the bliss of the self at any time, any day, anywhere. You can feel happy. You can be happy. There's actually nothing required for you to be happy or for me to be happy. There's no outside object. There's no outside person. There's no outside thing that's required for us to be happy. So this desire comes because we are ignorant of that. We don't know that the happiness is actually coming from within. It actually logically cannot come from without. It cannot. Anything that you and I thought that would make us happy, just think about it. Is there happiness in that person or that thing? There can't be. There might be happiness for you, but not for somebody else, which means it's just the ability to quieten your mind. So that's why desire comes, because we are unaware of our nature of bliss. What are the consequences of desire? The more we desire, the more it grows. So we want a new phone. After that, then a cover for the phone. Then after that, a stand for the phone. Then after that, a something else for the phone. Desire keeps growing. It multiplies. It doesn't stop. It keeps growing. And guess what happens? The desire for the world, what happens as it keeps going, we never become fulfilled. We never become fulfilled. We have desired wealth, we got. We have desired security, we got. We've desired family, we got. We desired a career, we got. Anybody here is fulfilled? Wherein they feel like they don't want to desire anymore? No. So the desire leads to more and more and more emptiness. So one, it's never ending. Two, it leads to more and more emptiness no matter how much we work with our desire. And when that desire is very selfish, it can lead to many things. So this is called the 6 gangsters. 6 gangsters, they all come together. The first one is desire. Desire. When the desire is so selfish and we get what we want, what happens? Greed. We want more. I got what I want more. When desire is fulfilled, we get what we want, it leads to pride. Oh, I got this, you all didn't get it. I must be better than you. I must be greater than you. I must be higher than you. When desire is not fulfilled, what happens? Anger. We get very angry, very upset. Anger is nothing but an obstruction between me and my object or person of desire. We don't get it? Angry. I desired something, someone else got it. This happened? Jealousy. Absolute jealousy. Why didn't I get it? I desired it. I wanted it, somebody else got it. I wanted something for my child, somebody else's child got it. And throughout this whole process of desire, there is moha, delusion. We lose track of what is right and wrong. So these 6 come together. These 6. Kama, desire. Desire fulfilled, greed. Desire fulfilled, pride. Desire not fulfilled, anger. Desire not fulfilled and somebody else gets it, jealousy. Throughout the whole thing, it leads to delusion, moha. We don't know what's right, we don't know what's wrong, we're not doing justice. So desire, again, can take us on this route. Not only that, but desire, likes and dislikes, takes away our time and attention. We cannot focus on higher things, on higher pursuit. When we have a desire for something, what happens is the mind gets completely taken away. That's why people say, in the seat of meditation, when I'm trying to quieten my mind, I can't focus. What's pulling us out? What's pulling us out is that object of desire. So this karma has all of these consequences. And it comes because we don't realize that we are the source of bliss. We are already fulfillment. We don't need anything else to complete us. Now the question will come, how can you live without desire? Right? This is the justification. People say, can you actually live without desire? What kind of life would this be if we don't desire? Will the economy boom if we don't desire? Right? So now here is where we look at how to handle our desires. And this is the beautiful Dharma Shastra. So the first point of desires is, if I have such desires, make them dharmic. Make them dharmic. This is the first step. Make them dharmic desires. So if I have a desire for more wealth, okay, but gain wealth in the right way. In the right way, we're earning money properly through the right means. We're working hard. We're doing all of that stuff without cheating, without lying, without stepping on anyone's toes. we're doing it the right way. Dharmic means to earn money. We want to have a nice social life, a nice, nice community. Okay, do it the right way. Meet people, be sincere, have good relationships, but no backbiting, no rumors, no false things, nothing like that. Do it the right way, no problem. I want to get an apartment in New York City. Fine, good desire. Do it the right way, no problem. I want to raise children. Do it the right way. Get married, raise children, right? So the first thing our Shastra tells us, if we have such desires, fulfill them with dharma. Don't go away from dharma, because then we go into, again, a totally wrong path. The second is, dharmic desires are not enough. They must also be selfless desires. So we must also put selflessness into it. Because whenever our desires are selfish, it would lead to all of this. Anger, greed, pride, it will lead to all of this. When our desires are selfless, then actually it reduces our sense of individuality. It reduces that, and we become more peaceful. So if somebody wants to earn a lot of wealth, earn, but also give. Don't hoard, also give. If somebody wants to have a family, but raise them also to be positive contributors to society, right? We have that responsibility to raise our children to be contributors to society, not just thinking about their own selves. If we want to have a great social life, this, that, fine, do it, but also do something for a good cause. What is the point in going out and dining and doing all of this? What is the point of doing that so often without any good coming out of it? So engage in community service, engage in things for the community. When we take our desires and we add a tinge of selflessness to it, then our individuality reduces and the mind becomes purer. So in any desire that we have, keep selflessness there. So we want to go on vacation. Go. Nobody's stopping you. But find out what selfless thing can we do there. What selfless thing can we do there? How can we make this more than about us, more than about the family? How can we make this for a greater purpose? And when that desire now is selfless, the mind becomes purified, what happens then is we start to desire for the self. We start to desire for the higher. We start to search as, who are we? The mind becomes pure. The mind becomes calm. It becomes serene. And we start thinking about these greater things in life, like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Who am I really? If those questions haven't come, it's because our minds haven't been purified enough yet. They haven't been purified enough yet. So purify the mind, and then that desire for the self will come. That desire to know the truth will come. And when that desire comes, that is such a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. That's a wonderful opportunity for us to now go within. So this is how our scriptures say to manage our desires. Take them, whatever's there, make them dharmic first. Keep them in the path of dharma. Don't swerve from dharma, because dharma is the foundation of our entire culture. Next is make them selfless. Absolutely selfless. Put selflessness in them. How do I know if my desire is selfish or selfless? Simple question. If there is anger, greed, jealousy, pride, all of that happening, that means it's a selfish desire. It means that my individuality was so strong in that desire, all of that will happen. But if it was a selfless desire, then I'll be more calm about it. Much more calm about it, because it's not just about me, it's about everybody else. Then the desire for the self comes. So in this way, even that kama is managed. So our scriptures give two paths. See? They give the path of pravritti and nivritti. Pravritti means the path of engagement, and nivritti means the path of disengagement. And they give us this 4 purusharthas, 4 goals of life. They say, first, get founded on dharma. Next is pursue wealth. Everybody needs wealth. Pursue wealth, but according to dharma. The third is kama. They say pursue your desires. Pursue your desires, but in line with dharma. And once one has gone through this phase of dharma, artha, wealth, kama, desires, then one becomes ready for moksha, or pursuit of the ultimate truth. So our scriptures never said suppress your desires. They never said don't desire. They said if we have a desire, there's a path for you. If there are desires, there's a path. Sublimate the desires. Sublimate the desires and make the way to the higher. Now, for those who don't have such desires, there's the path of nivritti. Nivritti means renunciation. Then they don't have to go through that pursuit of wealth. They don't have to go through that pursuit of desire because they don't have that craving in them. So for those who don't have that craving in them, there's no force. If you don't have it, don't have it. Pursue the ultimate truth straight. Don't go for anything else. So there's 2 paths, pravritti and nivritti. Both will get to the same goal. And everyone should do whatever they feel they should do. If there are desires, fine. Sublimate them to the higher. And if there are no desires, fine. Renounce them and aim for the higher. This is what to do with desire. And now what happens, see, in Sanatana Dharma, the ideal life is that we complete in moksha. The ideal life is we start from dharma. So dharma, and this is called the brahmacharya ashrama, learn. Then we go to artha or wealth, the grahastha ashrama, earn. Then we go to kama, the vanaprastha ashrama, means desire for the higher, you turn. And the fourth is moksha, sannyas ashrama, no return. So the ideal for life in Sanatana Dharma is live so that this is your last life. Live so that this is your last life. Live so peacefully, so beautifully that this is your last life. And by the time life comes to an end, we are very much ready to let go of everything. Not wanting to come back, not wanting to come again and go through this again. We're very much ready because we've grown out of all of our desires. That's the idea. But if there are still, let us say, we are already, aged and everything, and we still have desires unfulfilled, again that desire will push us to a new birth. That's called kama. Again, it will push us to a new birth. So if we don't deal with them here and now in this way of sublimation and what I've explained to you, again it will push us out. And see, once we have a strong desire, we will have to go through it. We'll have to go through it. There's no end if, but, or we desired something, we'll have to go through it. Many people might be asking, why am I here now? Why am I in this place now? Why am I doing what I'm doing now? It's because in our hearts we had that desire lingering somewhere. We had that desire for a family, therefore we are here. We had that desire for knowledge, therefore we are here. We had that desire to be a city life, therefore we are here. So every single desire will take root. In this regard, I'll just add one more aspect of desire. The path of Bhakti Yoga is also so beautiful in this. So Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, these paths are really great because they help us to divinize our desire. In Karma Yoga, what happens is we stop desiring for ourselves and we desire for the greater good. Our vision is always for the greater good, never for ourselves. And in this way, our desires are sublimated and lifted to the higher. In Bhakti Yoga, all our desires for the world are removed because the desire for that Bhagavan or Bhagavati, that desire for that God or Goddess alone remains. So these paths are very, very beautiful and helpful in sublimating that desire. Right? So this is Kama.